Hi guys, this is Rick from Line 6 Support, and today I'm going to quickly take you through how to set up a Line 6 device. In this case, we're using the Pod Studio UX1 as an external sound card on a PC. We're using Windows XP right now. The process is very similar for Vista. Maybe I'll get a Vista tutorial up in the near future to show you guys how to do it on Vista, but right now we're going to focus on XP. So if you're on an XP machine and you want to use your Line 6 device as your external sound card, there's a couple things you need to change in your control panel. So let's go to the control panel first, and to get there you want to click on Start and you want to click on Control Panel. Some computers you'll have to go to Settings and then Control Panel. This one brought us right to the Control Panel. I've got my control panel set to Classic View. If you're in Category View, it'll look something like this. So what we want you to do is get over to Classic View. You can just click it up there. Okay, in Classic View you'll see a few rows of icons. I want you to click on the Sounds and Audio Devices icon. And what this does is it brings up our sounds and audio device properties. You can see I've got the Pod X3 that I'm using to record this tutorial set up as our sound card here, but if you wanted to set up anything else, you'd have to go to the Audio tab. And you'll see a sound playback area and a sound recording area. So what you would do is simply drop down these menus and select your device. And after that you'd click Apply, and that device will become your external sound card for your computer. Now you need to make sure that you've downloaded drivers for the device, and you can do that through our Line 6 Monkey software. That's another tutorial that we'll have up pretty soon. Once you do that, Windows will recognize the device. One other thing to keep in mind is that when you set up one of our products as a sound card, you're not going to hear sound playback out of your computer speakers unless you have the proper cabling, or unless you have the computer speakers plugged into your tone port. So as it stands right now, if I were to plug headphones directly into my tone port, I would hear sound if I had PodFarm launched. But if you have your computer speakers still plugged into your computer, you won't hear anything coming back. You need to plug your computer speakers in your tone port. You can do that a couple of ways. You can plug them into the headphone jack on the tone port of the pod using a little 1/4-inch stereo adapter. Or you can also run a Y cable out of the back of your pod or your tone port from the live or analog outs into the line input of your computer. That way you could leave your computer speakers plugged into your computer if that's what you prefer. So there are a couple different ways to do that. That's a pretty popular question. We get that quite a bit. So just keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is that audio doesn't travel down USB. You have to have headphones or speakers or some sort of audio cable connection hooked up to the tone port in order to hear playback. So this is the beginning. You got to set it up in Windows, and then you got to make the actual cable connections. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully this helps you guys out. We'll have some more down the road, some more tutorials. We're going to do some tutorials on how to set up the Line 6 devices inside popular recording applications. So